This ignorant ass Christian right here. And yes, y'all finna see a different side of me for just a moment. Usually when Christians come on and they cannot counter the information that I speak about, they'll try to make a comment about the cigars that I smoke. And this Christian obviously could not counter anything that I was saying. So this Christian decided to make a comment about the cigars that I smoke. It's a sin to smoke, to place smoke in your lungs. Now, Angelina said, stop the ignorance. She didn't say stop being stupid. She didn't call him a name. She didn't do anything of that nature. Stop the ignorance. Now, what does ignorance mean? Ignorance means that you are devoid of certain information. You're ignorant of that information. You don't have the knowledge of that information. You see, cigars are not inhaled. So therefore, the smoke of cigars do not go into your lungs. She was letting you know that you are ignorant to how cigar smoking works. And therefore, you don't have the knowledge base to do so. But you decided to say, beach, don't call me ignorant. Now, I know what you really mean, Christian, when you use the term beach. You use that term in order to not use the other B word. And of course, you use that behind some little comments, because you know good and goddamn well, if you were to ever in your life come face to face with me and I know who you are, I will make you eat all the fucking sand that you can until you burst. Because disrespecting me is one thing. Disrespecting my lady, that's a whole nother ball game, sir, that you just entered upon. And if you're the guy that I think you are on your page, you don't even stand slightly a chance of defending yourself against me. But the fact that you would, in your anger and your emotions, decide that you want to use a substitute word in order to call someone out of their name because you don't want to be called ignorant. Well, you are ignorant of cigars. Doesn't mean you're ignorant of everything else, but of that one you are. And you're a coward. But more importantly, you call yourself a Christian. This is why people are walking away from your Christianity. It was said, and I don't know if it's true, that Gandhi supposedly said that he would be Christian if it wasn't for Christians. Now, I don't think Gandhi actually said that. I think that's something that Christians have decided that Gandhi said. But it's possible. But that is the sentiment of many people, simply because this is the Christian mentality. Oh, you don't agree with me. You don't like me. You have something to say about what I said. So I'm going to come at you violently by calling you out of your name, by referring to you in a, utilizing a word for a substitute of calling you a female dog. I'll put your ass on the leash and we'll see who's the dog. Now, think about it. If you had just written your comment, I most likely would have ignored it. But since you went there, your Bible actually tells you that you should not allow for anything to become a master of you. I have chosen at certain time over the 24 years that I've been smoking cigars, that there are time frames when I have not smoked cigars simply because I had greater financial missions and cigars were too expensive at the time. So I am not addicted to cigars. I'm not addicted to nicotine. And most of that is because I have a strong enough will to not be addicted to anything. So therefore, nothing masters me. So that aspect of your Bible, it wouldn't work with me, because I do not allow anything outside of myself to master myself, as you have allowed some old ass stories about some men who was writing shit when they didn't even understand how the world works to master you. Allow some pastor in some old ass book to master you. You may go into Corinthians where it talks about that your body is a temple and you should not do any harm to your temple. Here's the fact that cigar smokers are 0.01% likely to get cancer of any sort whatsoever. So therefore, am I harming my temple? Hell no. As a matter of fact, the natives in America smoke tobacco as a medicinal thing, in the same way that people smoke marijuana as a medicinal. Now, are some people using it recreationally? Are some people abusing it? Of course they are. Do I abuse it? Hell no. If you knew anything about me, then you would know that Instead of being prescribed and taking all the medicine that the VA wants me to take for my PTSD, cigars are a calming agent for me. And they help with my PTSD. So in one sense, it is medicinal usage. But I do just like cigars. So I will make that statement plain. I do like cigars. Now, any other aspect, I have seen Christians using the Bible where it talks about you should do all things for the glory of God. And if it's not for the glory of God, then you shouldn't be doing it. You might have me on that one. But then you would still be a hypocrite, because I'm pretty sure you eat meat. And if you're eating meat, meat does more damage to the body than any damn cigar would ever do to the human body. The more meat you eat, the more higher your cholesterol is going to be. You're more likely to get diabetes from actually eating meat than from eating anything else, because of how the meat has to be converted into sugars in your body. So meat is the greatest cause of hypertension, the greatest cause of heart disease. So, sir, unless you're a vegetarian, and even if you're a vegetarian or a vegan, it still depends on what you're eating. But most of the things that you're eating and you're consuming are doing more damage to the so-called temple that you are inhibiting right now with your consciousness, which is at a very low vibration. So you can take your little statement and you can take your little punk ass weak comment and attacking a woman, instead of coming at a person who you know will whoop all the asses that you got if you ever come into my presence. So, sir, I'm going to end this video. And in the ending of this video, I'm going to make two statements. The first statement is directly towards you. If you have the balls enough to come and say that to my face, I challenge you and I dare you. You will not like the ending of it. If I'm ever in your presence, you will not even have to challenge me. You will not like the ending of our happen chance of meeting. I can guarantee you that. Because no one disrespects my family. Ever. Ever. And then the last statement for everybody else. Although I am generally a nice and calm person, that's a part of me that I'm still working on. So as I say to y'all, I'm still working on it for myself. Always remember, you have to free yourself to be yourself, because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibration. Little punk ass fucker.